Hello, hello. Ladies and gents, it's very nice to see you all here, and thank you for coming to celebrate this wonderful day. Well, I would like to say to Megan and Chris, I wasn't expecting all this. I was listening and nodding and saying yes to everything. Not expecting what's happened, but it's been fantastic. Now, the speech is very, very different, so I'm going to announce my new son-in-law. The groom, Christopher, to say his speech. Push your bottom. Push your bottom.
Bottom. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Why now? The green button.
No.
You can't.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Technical difficulty.
Aldia test. Testing. Not new working.
No.
Hello.
Only speaks to the good people. Okay, here we go. On behalf of my wife and I, thank you all so much for coming along and spending our special day with us. Sorry, everyone. Looks like there's a lot of pages here. Not because it's a long speech, because of the fact I've had to make the font massive. I've been trying to get my eyes tested for the last 6 months, but Megan's refused to let me go because she is scared. She's not scared for me, but she's scared the fact that I come back and I have perfect 20/20 vision and I see what she looks like after all these 4 years. And she's also very nervous that I'll leave her. When I was writing this speech, Megan says to me, and I'll quote you on this, "You better go through the thank you list really quickly because it's so boring. And you shouldn't be thanking people here, but we should be saying you're welcome for being part of this special day." So I'll start the thank yous off by saying a thank you to the Belogie staff, our caterers, all our wedding venuers, and most of all the Dutch Courage bar staff. So, first toast of the day goes to the most beautiful women I met 4 years ago. So if you could all raise a glass to Megan's mum, Wendy! Morning, Wendy! Wendy, I can't thank you enough. You were the first family member I met, and I've felt nothing but acceptance, love, and sexual tension since then. And they do say, if you want to know what your wife looks like in 20 years' time, then you have to look at her mother. Well, Wendy, I'm a looking and I'm a liking. Megan doesn't really like to do anything without your approval. Even if you do say, she never listens anyway. Anytime we're making a decision or a way to do something, Megan says, "Hold on a minute, I need to see what my mom says." So I must be thinking now, I've got your approval after 4 years, and she wouldn't be here today without you. We would both like to thank you so much for everything you've done for us today and the lead up to the wedding. Thank you very much. And now to John. I would like to thank John for handing over Megan from one daddy to another daddy. Now, to my mum and dad, thank you for all your love, support, and help on the lead up to today. And I'm just so glad this day is about me and not about Jonathan. But in all seriousness, we're both very grateful for our parents for being so generous, and without them, this day would not have been possible. So if you could all please raise a glass to the best families in the world, John and Wendy, Dora Gordon. We're getting on good, we're getting on good. Right. Another person that this day would not be possible without is Bronte, my new sister. Even though I've had a sister for the last 15 years. Bronte. There's a lot I could say about you, but this is not MTV Roasts. And it's my wedding day, so I'm feeling nice. For those who don't know, Bronte has been Megan's unpaid, overworked, and very appreciated wedding advisor. Not only did Bronte have to contact every wedding supplier in the Northeast in a short space of time, but, sorry, I'm losing my space, I can't read the writing. In a short space of time, but this day would not have happened without her, because I know that she's had to deal with Megan's behaviour. I know firsthand how Megan can be. She needs constant reassurance, answers within a millisecond, and if she gets an idea into her head, it has to be done before the day is done. I felt sorry for you, and I really have, but I'm only speaking up now as it's done and I'm feeling brave. And I'm glad it was you rather than me. But we cannot both thank you enough. It really does mean a lot to me. And Mark, thank you for sharing Bronte with us. So if everyone could raise a glass to Bronte. Oh, God. Now, I couldn't speak about all these people on the table without mentioning some people, sorry, that would really want to be here, but obviously they can't be here today. So, if we could raise a glass to absent friends and family. That's a sad bit over with. Now to Megan's bridesmaids. Thank you for giving Megan a great send-off in Portugal. But the less said here, I think the better. But I can only imagine the stress this morning at dealing with Megan sweating. I would like to say you all look stunning, but I think Megan will ask you outside for a fight, so I'll just say yous are all right. My groomsmen, thank you all for sorting out my stag do, but I still flinch every time somebody mentions the name Jade. The emotional scars will never heal, and neither will the image of my dad screaming for me to be whipped harder. I couldn't have asked for 4 better men to stand next to me today. Megan chose well. Now to my best man, Jonathan. As you know, Jonathan is the star of the family. So I'd just like to remind you, Jonathan, this day is about me. It is not your day. And if you tried to steal my thunder like you did at karaoke in Benidorm, you've got another thing coming. Jono, I can't thank you enough for all your help over the last few days and the check-ins now and then. Hopefully one day I'll get to return the favour of telling fake stories that you've made up all about me in your speech. Now lastly, my new wife. I know you won't want me to say this, but you look absolutely unreal today. But I suppose, hold on. I have seen you at factory settings, so anything's better than that. As you already heard, Megan and I met on Tinder, or as she likes to say, Ferry Hill Bar. Once I finally met Megan, I knew that she was the one for me. I have never met someone like her before. Megan showed me a whole other side to life in more ways than one. Megan has been loving, supportive, and always puts me first before anybody else. And these are just a few things I love about her. And I could ramble on all day about how amazing Megan is, but we already know this, and this day is about me. But seriously, I'm so happy to get to marry my best friend. We've had the most amazing time so far, and we've got plenty more holidays, countless laughs together, and I cannot wait to spend more years dancing in the kitchen with you. So for the last time, could we all raise a glass to my new wife, Megan? Thank you.
Now, how could I top that? Yeah, that was something else. I think that was fantastic, Chris. Now, I'm just saying, because I cannot top that, my other daughter, Bronte, she would like to talk on behalf of our family about this too. So I'll get to hand the mic over to Bronte. Give it a...
Hello. I'm Megan's sister.
Are you?
I'm really scared. I'm doing a speech on behalf of my whole family. It's tradition for father of the bride, but as Megan says, I'm the boss, so I thought I would take over. So on behalf of my whole family, we would like to sincerely, from the bottom of our hearts, thank Christopher Milton for taking it off our hands. She is yours now. Good luck.
I think I'm not bad.
Joking aside, me and Megan, we openly admit we're hard work. We really are. But we recently agreed we think it's due to our dad.
100%.
He is a typical hard-working DIY dad. So the men that come into our life have got no chance because we have got a nothing is impossible attitude. I seen it during the organisation of this wedding, the countless FaceTimes for Megan, Chris in the background, holding up an arch, and her going, Bronte, he says this when I work. Tell him it'll work. And me going, aye, I think it will work, so I am sorry. We do gang up on you. But luckily you can hold your own. You did tell her. And she is very lucky that Chris is also a hard-working DIY guy who has happily taken on all her crazy TikTok ideas and made them a reality. I cannot tell you how overcome with happiness I was when Chris asked Megan to marry him. Watching your sister find happiness is just the best. But it also meant that I wouldn't have to build a room for her in my garage. And took her on all my family holidays, because that's where it was gone. I knew Chris was the one for Megan by their second date. She had mentioned to him on their first date about her top 5 macaroni she'd ever tasted around the world. One of them was in the Cairngorms Hotel in Aviemore. So for their second date, he said, well, we drive to Aviemore, stay the night, and you can get your macaroni. So this was the start of 3 things. A true love story, Megan getting what she wants, and Chris being over the top as usual. A complete and utter show-off.
Not me.
Megan has had 2 big loves throughout her life. The first being Smithy from Gavin and Stacey. A larger-than-life, cocky, loud, humorous, emotional guy who happens to be a plumber. The second love Megan had was Mr. Christian Grey from the 50 Shades of Grey books. She made some serious life decisions based on Christian Grey, I'll tell you now. Now, I can confidently say she has found her Smithy, the larger-than-life, cocky, emotional plumber. And I'm not sure about the Christian Grey part. I think we'll leave that between them. But I will tell you, during Megan and Chris's first naked interaction, she asked him, would you like some chips with that jumbo sausage? between them two. We'll leave that there. They are the most suited pair. They're both loving, loud, and dramatic as hell. I didn't ken what is worse. I genuinely never thought I'd meet somebody as emotionally dramatic as Megan until I met Chris. I don't know. They fight over storytelling and they try to outdo each other on occasion, for one is more centre of attention than the other. It's wild. Regardless of this, Chris has been an absolute dream to come into our family. He's not just a brother-in-law to me, he's a friend to Mark, and an amazing uncle to Miles. Miles loves his Bunty and Chris. No day out, holiday or adventure would be complete without yous. We're so lucky to have yous. Oh. Megan, standing by your side today has been a dream come true. I have enjoyed every inch of the stressful planning and helping you get your perfect day. Now, like my sisters, we definitely didn't see eye to eye a lot growing up. In fact, we've only really been close since we reached adulthood. I do have a memory of you from my teenage years that I'll never forget.
Oh no.
It's no bad. It was my first heartbreak. I was 13 and I'd been dumped.
Oh.
And the next morning, I really didn't want to go to school. But you woke me up, and being my very cool older sister, you put me in your best clothes, your expensive makeup and perfume, and put your extensions in my hair. And I went to school with the confidence of a god. You've always said as adults, I inspire you to be more confident, but you didn't realise how much confidence you gave me at a young age. Whenever I think of moments like these, that we've had, I feel really sorry for folk that didn't have a sister. And although we weren't close growing up, I didn't realise how much I need you once I became an adult, and I really couldn't do it without you. One last story before we make a toast. Oh, no. There was definitely a time Megan didn't think she'd find love. It was her. She'd done. She was going to live with 4 dogs. She was just going to live in my house and come on her holidays. She was used to her own company, her own way of life. She'd done it all. So we started to take a piss a little bit because she'd started to cook for one, and it got a bit serious. She loves fajitas, and she started to cook them for one person, when they're generally cooked as a batch. So, for my toast to Megan and Chris, I wish you both a lifetime of happiness. I cannot wait to be part of it. And here, I messed up with the story. She used to call our fajitas when she made them, our sad fajita. A sad fajita. So here is to no more sad fajitas. Oh, and that is it.
It's so emotional. Just when I thought things was not getting too emotional, like the last speaker is a guy I got the pleasure of meeting on the Stagger. I was talking to him on the beach one minute, and then the next, he's on the television, entertaining Simon Cowell and Britain's Got Talent.
Yes.
I would like to introduce you to the best man, Chris's brother, Jonathan, who is a star.
Oh God. Hello everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jonathan's Christopher's. Sorry, guys, I'm really nervous. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jonathan, Christopher's younger brother. And as a fabulous gay sibling, I have the absolute honour of being his best man here today. And now I know what you're all thinking. Finally, some sparkle at this wedding. Why are you laughing? That's really homophobic. Before I get started, I've been told that weddings are the perfect place to pick someone up. So if there are any single gay men here or questioning, do let yourself be known. And Mark, keep your hand down. I told you no in Benidorm, and I'm telling you no again now. No means no. Anyway, let's get started on the main man himself, Christopher. Chris, or as I like to call him, Chrissy. Growing up with Chrissy was the best. From as far back as I can remember, he's been my personal sidekick, guinea pig, and occasional scapegoat. We'd done all the usual kids things together. We started our own Christian rock band. We built dens in the woods. And one time I convinced him to spray his sleds with deodorant and I set him on fire. But those childhood adventures were just the beginning. As we moved into our teenage years, he continued to be an incredible brother and friend. At the age of 15, he let me drive his car. Probably not a good idea, because he crashed us a few months before and sat in a roundabout and cried. In a Corsa. He took me on my first night out with his mates. He taught me how to talk to girls. Well done. Really great job there. Luckily, when I wasn't there to terrorise him, his friends certainly stepped up to the plate. One memorable moment involves you going to a fancy dress party. So he rocks up, dressed up, hard hat, tool belt, workman's boots and a high-vis vest, only to find out when he got there, it's not a fancy dress party. He was the only one wearing a costume. YMCA. Another house party, Christopher made the cardinal mistake of falling asleep. And his dear friend Liam, he decided to play a game of hairdressers and gave him a very impromptu haircut. Well, at least back then they all still had their hair. It was quite embarrassing for Chrissy, I'm sure, but as he looked around the room with a little patch on the back of his head, he was at ease again to see the room of lads laughing towards him. We're all drinking Smirnoff Ice. And now, guys, that's embarrassing. As Chrissy transitioned into adulthood, he somehow managed to juggle more roles than Megan used to juggle men. Not only was I a full-time plumber, but he moonlighted as a beaver leader. Please hold your inappropriate jokes. He's a personal assistant to Megan, a happy camper, and let's not overlook his true passion, football. Sure, he loves it, but let's be real, he's not very good. So instead of playing for an actual team, he manages a team of equally shitty players. I really didn't make it easy for Christopher to have me as a brother growing up. I'd done ballet, I was flamboyant, I hung around with the girls, and although he got quite a lot of grief about it, he never changed the way he was with me. He always supported me, he still wanted to hang out with me, and he was the same brother I'd always had. And that's a pretty amazing brother right there. Now, those stories only go to show his good humour and the ability he has to laugh at himself and light up a room, and we all know Chrissy loves the limelight. Now, speaking of someone else that loves the limelight, hello, Megan. Let me tell you about the fateful meeting of our star-crossed lovers. Christopher and Megan met on Tinder. They'd been shagging for... They'd been chatting away for 3 months when Christopher decided to pull the classic ultimatum card. He said, listen, I'm not looking for a pen pal. Either we meet now or it's goodbye. So they finally meet, and his first romantic, charming words out of his mouth were, oh my God, you're so tiny. Wait, was it him saying that to her or her saying that to him? I don't know. But Christopher, size doesn't matter. And for any of those questioning men out there, I got the lion's share. But despite the difference in height, something clicked that night. They sat at opposite sides of the bed and talked for 6 hours straight. And this is an inside joke. Their love really was electric. From the start. Sparks literally flew. Electrocution! And that's all I'm going to say on that, don't worry. Christopher, You've always been a sensitive, dramatic soul of the family. Every stub toe is a near-death experience, and if you're tired, God help us all. Megan, you're feisty, fabulous, fearless, and sexually intimidating. Wait, did I read that right? Because I can't read your handwriting, darling. The way you handle Christopher's dramatic meltdowns is nothing short of heroic. How you manage, I'll never know. Listen, I really do adore you, Megan. But there's one other woman I feel I must mention today. And that's the only other woman to be in Christopher's life. And that woman is Jade Benidorm. She's so sorry she couldn't make it today, but she has generously sent a gift of squirty cream and a lollipop. Chrissy and Megan's relationship has been filled with many such moments of spontaneous hilarity and genuine connection. How do I describe the person Christopher is now that he's met Megan? Well, when Chrissy goes out on a night out with the lads, he messages Megan between each pub he goes to. Not because she asks him to or expects him to or that she even cares, but because he wants her to know he's okay and therefore putting her mind at ease too. He has found his best mate. I couldn't be prouder of the person you are. You're the ultimate family man. You do anything for anyone. And you're so old school in all the best ways. You're such a good human. And that's the biggest compliment of all. You found your match. I just couldn't be prouder of you both. Before I conclude, I've been told I have to say a few thank you. Sorry, this is the boring part. I must say a huge thank you to the bridesmaids. Thank you so much for making this bang average looking group of groomsmen look like absolute royalty today. To my mum and dad, thank you for putting a lump of my inheritance into this day. To the stags, thank you for proving all the stereotypes of straight stag do's to be true. Strippers every night, none of you can handle your drink, and some of you in bed by 12. Who are the real homophobes here? Me, because you are the faggots. And Megan. Megan, there is so much I could roast you on. Seems life already has. Christopher, your life is going great. As you sit here before me today, your brother on one side of you will set you on fire, and a wife on the other side of you that will electrocute you. Everyone, please join me in raising a glass to the couple of the decade, Megan and Christopher, Mr. and Mrs. Milton. Yeah. Oh, God almighty. Cheers, guys. There you are.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, how can you top that? I'm glad I never said a speech and was boring and did things like. Thank you very much for what you did. That's the end of speeches. Now we can eat and drink and dance and hopefully have a really good night. Enjoy yourselves. Yeah.